Well, good morning, SLO. And for those of you who don't know, I'm leaving for an exciting new opportunity. I'm going to be the CEO of the Downtown Boulder Partnership in Colorado. So thank you. So Jim invited me today to talk about downtown vitality and our annual report, and I'm going to do that. But I also wanted to take this opportunity to share my personal SLO journey with you all. 13 years ago on Halloween, I flew from my home of Colorado Springs to San Luis Obispo, which was a town I hadn't really heard of before, to interview for a job as executive director of Festival Mosaic, an organization with an impressive national reputation as a premier classical music festival. My good friend Scott Yu, the violinist, conductor, and music director, had told me about the role. I flew into the teeny tiny airport where festival board members Dwayne Willis and Steve Bland, who you may know now as the owner of SLO Provisions, picked me up. And as we walked to the car, I was astonished to see them chat with multiple people along the way. It seemed like they knew everyone. That night, I stayed at the Garden Street Inn, and we had dinner at Coberl at Blue. I didn't know him at the time, but I'm certain that Rob Rossi was probably in that room. After dinner, I wandered around downtown, window shopping on the cute boutiques and goggling at the beautiful trees. I wandered into the library, and I was surprised to discover that it was not, in fact, a literary-themed bar. Then I went and sat in Giuseppe's, the old one, if you know, you know, and I wrote in my journal, "This downtown is so charming. I love the art on the electric boxes. I really think I could live here," I wrote. Over the next 8 years, I came downtown daily, whether to check my P.O. box, shop, grab coffee or a bite to eat, hang out with friends, or visit the library, the real one. In 2017, the nonprofit arts community collaborated on a landmark study with Americans for the Arts that showed that the arts generate $27.8 million annually in economic activity in SLO County. Soon after that, the then SLO Chamber CEO, Ermina Karim, invited me to serve on the Chamber's Economic Visioning Committee, which ultimately became Imagine SLO. As part of that work, we traveled to Denver and Boulder, Colorado. I worked with Melissa James, now with REACH, to coordinate a visit to the Denver Center for the Performing Arts so we could learn about their cultural planning process and their Scientific and Cultural Facilities District, which is a sales tax that provides funding to more than 250 organizations in Metro Denver. Then in Boulder, we marveled at the Pearl Street Mall and the way it boldly repurposed a city street into a pedestrianized plaza. Later that night, after some very professional karaoke singing, we talked about the similarities between our communities and extolled the virtues of San Luis Obispo's Mission Plaza and the Thursday night Downtown SLO Farmers Market, which closes our main city street every week to car traffic all year long. Then in October 2018, I stepped into the leadership position at Downtown SLO. And friends, I have loved this work. Our mission is to foster an economically vibrant downtown, and that work is never finished and it's always changing. In 2018, downtown was in the midst of major disruptive construction. 2 hotels were poised to open, and it was a time of transition. In my listening tour of downtown businesses at that time, people were really concerned about the viability of brick and mortar retail, the threat of online shopping, and we had conversations about homelessness, about safety, and about parking. Today is my last day as your Downtown SLO CEO. As 2023 winds down, our downtown, like all other downtowns, is in a time of transition. We're navigating a post-pandemic reality in which office occupancy has been permanently disrupted by work from home. And major construction is underway. A new parking structure is going to serve as the anchor for a cultural arts district that will bring new economic activity and civic pride to our downtown. Multiple private use projects are also on the horizon, which will house more people who will be 24-hour residents supporting the businesses downtown. And these projects also include housing for low-income residents and for seniors. And every day, we have conversations about the viability of brick and mortar retail, safety, concern for our unhoused neighbors, and of course, parking. As someone who practices radical optimism, but also understands that challenges are real, I'm pleased to report today that our street level vacancy rate is currently at 8.4% in the downtown business improvement area. That's quite good. The fact is, we are welcoming new businesses all the time. In 2022, 38 new businesses opened, and in 2023 so far, 28 new businesses have opened. So while we have said goodbye to 36 businesses that have closed, we've welcomed 66 new businesses in 2 years, including 3 brick and mortars that were incubated at the farmers market. When we brought the market back after a year and a half of pandemic shutdown, we redesigned our policy to create more inclusive entrepreneurial space for potential vendors by expanding eligibility to businesses who didn't have storefronts, and now they are moving into them. This is amazing impact. If you haven't been to the market lately, please come and check it out. You'll be amazed. And tonight is Halloween with the trick or treat trail at more than 40 businesses and the costume contest in Mission Plaza. I hope you'll take a look at our annual report. I put them on the table. But more importantly, I issue a challenge to you all as locals who care enough about this community to come to a program every month that starts at 7:30 in the morning. A slow tradition I still can't quite wrap my mind around. Keep supporting your downtown. Make downtown your first choice. Shop local this holiday season, enjoy the events and community and the feeling of belonging that comes from occupying our public spaces together. Look around at how charming and eclectic it is, marvel at the arts, and for God's sake, look up. The trees are up there. It's truly been my pleasure and honor and privilege to steward this organization for a brief moment in time. Jim, I look forward to collaborating with you on a future chamber visioning trip, and any civic leader or business person who wants to learn more about how Boulder gets things done, please come visit me. It's a convenient direct flight right to Denver. I can't wait to show you around my new town. I love you, SLO. Good morning.